Hey, good day YouTube. It's Monday, May 15th, 2017. It's an overcast afternoon. Hasn't really rained today, which is cool. I'm just focusing in on a nice vintage Black & Decker bench grinder. And if you guys ever stumble across one of these at a yard sale or something, pick it up, because I don't even think you can buy anything this good today. I'm going to turn it on to show you how quiet it is. That's it. I have new grinders, but they're garbage compared to this thing. Of course, this thing weighs like 70 pounds, don't get me wrong, but it's not even bolted down. I just have it outside here because I'm working on a project for work, actually, and I thought, you know what? Just in case somebody else has a need, I will show you what I'm working on. So, yeah, it's a metal project, isn't it? So, I'll set this up for you a little bit. I am a project manager for a large electrical contractor in Oregon. And we had a project where we roughed in conduits in the slab on a multi-story office building. We used many of these galvanized cast iron 90s, and they come with a little cover over the threads, and they would bolt down to the forms, to the plywood similar to this, but we weren't actually allowed to bolt them down because they were reusable forms. So we couldn't use a screw. All they would allow us to use were nails. So we nailed them down, and as we're going through opening up these 90s, now that the concrete slabs are poured, there's a few of these that got bumped up when they were pouring, and running their vibrators in the concrete to get the air out, and it got concrete up in some of these 90s. Very expensive for us to go back and rerun these pipes. Obviously we can't put them in the slab anymore, so we'll have to run them in the ceiling spaces, so we're trying to save them. So the guys have been chipping them out a little bit, and they've saved a couple of them, but a couple of them, the concrete appears to be up into here. So wouldn't it be cool? So for those of you that don't know, these are concrete bits. Therefore, this is for a large rotohammer, and we have a lot of DeWalt cordless tools, and this is a carbide bit for one of the smaller cordless DeWalt drills. So what I've done is I wanted a bigger tip, so I've cut the tip off of this bit. Yeah, it was probably a pretty expensive bit. And then I cut the shaft off of this bit, and I went to, yes, Harbor Freight, and got a set of these wobbly sockets. These just happened to be metric. It didn't really matter to me if they were metric or SAE, because I wasn't using the socket part of that. So if you're not familiar with these, you put these on these are 3/8 drives, so you put these on your 3/8 impact wrench, and it gives you an impact rated wobbly socket. This one's, I don't know, 10, 11 millimeters, something like that. This one's 12 millimeters, something like that. Same difference. These are the three that I didn't use of the 7-piece set. These were like 25 bucks. My thought was, if I could take these and shorten them, cut that as short as I could cut it, cut this as short as I could cut it, I'd do like 4 of them, I could weld them all together and make something that it would go around this 90 without binding. We don't know if it's going to work or not. It's never been tried before. But I built one. So here it is. Like I said, I cut the spline that goes into our DeWalt cordless rotohammers. This is a socket end, which I left full length so I could insert the shaft into that, and I fully welded it. And then this is the end, like this. These would be all exactly the same because they're all 3/8 drive. So I cut it as short as I could. Then I took another socket, which was a similar diameter, and cut it as short as I could there, and butt welded them. Here again is that piece there. I cut it super short, and then you can see this is another one coming from this way, and I cut it super short. Well, butt welded them together. And then you can see at this end is the carbide tip that I cut off of this, so it would have been like that. And I just used my abrasive cutoff wheel, cutoff, whatever you call it, to make that cut, and it cut fine. These all cut fine. And then again, I used a socket end approximately that same size, did a little grinding on that to fit it in there, and then welded it best I could. Of course, the trick is not to have any burrs on the outside of that, so it stays pretty round, so it'll go round and round in there. I'm sure we'll have to put some lubricant in there, put some WD-40 on it or something, but it does cruise in there. Can I do this with one hand? That will be tricky. Well, let's try it. So this will probably bind a little bit because nothing's mounted, it's just kind of sitting here. But anyway, if you can guess, if you're spinning that around with a rotohammer and being reasonable with it, it does go all the way in there, and I'll show you the tip of that. Hang on, I'll sit you down for a second. So there we go. I manipulated that a little bit, and you can see it's come all the way out. So tomorrow I'll take this and give it to my guys and wish them all the luck in the world, and see if they can drill out these 90s that got full of concrete with our new flexible concrete bit. I think they're going to have to work this in there slowly because these are kind of rough on the inside. They're not finished very well. So you might have to kind of make your own smooth surface as you travel down. So taking everything slow, put some lubrication in there. If there's concrete all the way to here, it's going to be a slow road anyway. And you're going to kind of machine the inside of that as you go. So, I'll have to pull that out now. So that's what I've done. I kind of show in this case anybody else has this problem, opportunity to correct some concrete that got in a Garvin 90 or piece of PVC or something. If you've got PVC, you've got other problems because you're not going to clean it with this, because this is going to drill wherever it wants to drill. But these are cast iron, and I think it's going to work. So, wish me luck, and we'll give her a shot tomorrow. Thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll catch you on the next one.